السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد. My name is Najat. Welcome to our episode 9 of Qur'an's Rules and Tools. Let's start with a recap from last video. I explained about the mud letters, compared them with the short vowels, compared them as well with the lean letters. Today I'll be explaining about the rules of Noon Sakina and Tanween. The Noon Sakina you know about it, but what's new is the Tanween. All the Sakin letters have two cases, the Sukun on top of the letter or without it. But the Noon Sakina had a third case. The Noon Sakina itself is absent. It's a puzzle, right? I'll explain it. This is what we call Tanween in Arabic, or Fathatain, Kasratain, and Dhammatain, which means double Fatha, double Kasra, and double Dhamma. Anyway, what is Tanween? It's an extra Noon Sakina found at the end of the noun, pronounced but not written. Example, Ba with one Fatha is Ba, with double Fatha, Ba is Ban. So the second Fatha represents the Noon Sakina. The same with bi, bin, bu, bun. The second kasra or dhamma represent the noon sakina. Note, all letters except for hamza and ha, when they have fathatain, they are followed by an alif that is written but not read. Let's practice reading together the tanween. Bun, sin, kan, din, fun, ron, hin, tun, khon, han. Now tanween with words. صحفا كبد رقبة غبرة طبقا لبدا همزة كفوا. So you only pronounce a noon sakina at the end of the word. Now you know why the Noon Sakina and Tanween have the same rule. It's true the Noon Sakina in the Tanween is not written, but pronounced and represented by the second Fatha, Kasra or Dhamma. Remember this point very well and take a note of it. It will be very useful later. I want you to make a guess of how many rules for the Noon Sakina and Tanween you reckon we have. Let's see if you got it. It's 4 rules. Clear, merge, change, and hide. Now the question is, how can we determine which rule to apply, or depending on what? The key is, you have to look at the letter after the Noon Sakina or Tanween. My students used to always forget it, so I came up with the idea of using the greeting good afternoon, and from then on, just once I put my hand up as a salute, they say, yes, yes, I remembered. So let's divide the letters between the 4 rules and explain them. First one is clear or izhar in Arabic. You have to read the noon sakina from its articulation point. How to do it? Try to say an. Where did your tongue stop? The top of your mouth, right? Or specifically the gum of the 2 top front incisors. I'll give you few information regarding the clear rule. It's only when the noon sakina is clear, it holds the sukun on top. The other rules don't hold it. Second one, for the tanween, the double fatha and double kasra are parallel exactly on top of each other. And the double dhamma is like this, while with the other rules, they look this way. Finally, the letters of clear are 6. I gave you these hints because I want you to look for these letters in the Holy Quran. Then post the answer in the comment, but please, if you already know, give a chance for the new ones to think about it. So in the next lesson, we complete the explanation about the clear rule. And now let's move to the second rule, the merge or idgham in Arabic. What is merge? It's to put one thing into another. So we have to insert the Noon Sakina into the vowel letter following it. What happened? The Noon Sakina is not pronounced but replaced by the next letter and doubling it. Example, Man يعمل. How I read it? من يعمل. I'll clarify it through further examples, but first I'll give you the letters of merge. There are 6 letters: Ya, Noon, Mim, Waw, Lam, and Ra, collected in the word يرملون. These letters are divided in 2 groups: Ya, Noon, Mim, Waw with gunna, Lam and Ra without gunna. So let's introduce the gunna. It's a nasal sound emitted from the nose. This is one of the characteristics of only 2 letters, the Noon and Mim. It takes 2 counts. If you listen to the sheikh, he makes a humming with some words like this. Anta. This is the gunna. Try to say an while you're closing your nose. You can't hear it, right? Because you're locking the place where the sound of the gunna is produced. To make things easy, let's follow a few steps. First, whenever there is Noon Sakina or Tanween in the Holy Qur'an, we have to see which of the 4 rules to apply. What is the second steps? Yes, good afternoon. You look at the letter after it. We're focusing in this video on the merge rule. So if we find one of these 6 letters, Ya, Noon, Mim, Waw, Lam, and Ra, very simple. We delete the Noon Sakina and replace it with the merged letter. Example, Min, Wali. We have Noon Sakina followed by Waw, one of the merge rule with gunna. So how do I read it? Miwali, miwali. So let's do the other examples the same way. We'll start with the first example, liman yakhsha. What we have here, Noon Sakina followed by Ya from the merge rules with gunna. So I replace the Noon with the Ya and do the gunna. Instead of liman, I read it liman, liman yakhsha. With the Noon, the second example, in nafa'ati. We have here Noon Sakina followed by Noon from the merge rule with gunna, but it's the same letter. So there is no change, only the gunna. I read it in nafa'ati, in nafa'ati. With the mim, min masadin. We replace the Noon Sakina with Mim Sakina. Mim Masadin. Mim Masadin. Well, min waraihim, the same. We replace the Noon Sakina with the Waw. Min waraihim. Min waraihim. Remember, the gunna comes from your nose and it's 2 counts. Now with the tanween. I'll start with Ya. وجوه يومئذ. What is the Noon Sakina? Yes, it's represented by the second Dhamma. So what we have to do, we keep only one Dhamma and the second Dhamma we replace it with the Ya. Instead of wujuhun, I say wujuhun. We read it wujuhun yawma'idhin. With the Noon, عظاما نخرة. Noon Sakina followed by Noon, so no change, only we do the Gunna. عظاما نخرة. عظاما نخرة. With the Mim, نفس ما. We replay the second Dhamma with the Mim. نفس ما. Well, حميما وغساقا. We replace what? The second Fatha with the Waw. So we read it حميما وغساقا. حميما وغساقا. Regarding the two other letters of merge without gunna, the lam and ra, I leave it for the next video. So you'll have time to practice this part, especially if it's your first time learning about it. Repeat it as much as you can to get used to it. Let's move to today's dua. حسبي الله لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت وهو رب العرش العظيم. Allah is sufficient for me. None had the right to be worshipped except Him. Upon Him I rely, and He is the Lord of the exalted throne. Whoever said this dua 7 times in the morning and the evening, Allah satisfies him with regard to the affairs of the world and the hereafter that worry him. And now please like, share and comment. Wassalamu alaikum. To the next video. Bi amanillah.